Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, growth team, Team Elevate, and welcome back to this channel, Career Growth with Karen. Do you want to be more fulfilled, to have a progressive and a satisfying career? Then this is the right place. Welcome to Career Growth with Karen, where we impart ourselves and impact ourselves to have more fulfilling and progressive career lives. Today, we will be talking about how to communicate with impact at the workplace. Some of you are not communicating with impact, guys. This is like a real pandemic. So today, I will be training you or teaching you, or we'll be learning together how to communicate with impact. So please subscribe to this channel, like the content, comment, and share as you enjoy what we are here to do. So let's get started. This is Career Growth with Karen. So, as I have told you, today we are looking at how do we communicate with impact. And what do I mean? You know those people who they go to the boss, they get what they want, they go ask for leave, they get it, they go to the CEO, they ask for something, they get it, and then there's you who doesn't get anything that they ask for. There's a difference in how they communicate, and communication at the workplace is a skill. So today I'll be sharing with you 4 nuggets that you need to know or you need to learn that will help you in how you communicate at the workplace. So the first thing, first of all, is to initiate conversations, interactions, and meetings. Guys, you need to be the one to initiate conversations. Sometimes you can see something is happening, you don't like it, or there is just something that you feel you need to verbalize, but you're always waiting for a meeting to be set up for you. You're always waiting for the next gathering so that you can voice it. I'm here to tell you, everybody that you work with is accessible, including that MD, including that CEO. Everybody is worth making an appointment with. So learn how to take initiative and initiate the meetings that you need, initiate the interactions, initiate the conversations. Sometimes you just want to talk about something very light. You don't understand something and you want some informal guidance. Feel free to set up a lunch date with your boss, a lunch date with the head of finance, a lunch date with the head of marketing, and go to them. And while you're doing that, and by lunch date I don't mean you buy for them, I mean you have your packed food, they have their packed food, you all meet at one place to eat together during lunch hour. But at that time, what are you doing? You're telling them what you need to tell them. You're sharing an idea, you're sharing a concept, you're asking a question, you're talking about something that needs to change in the workplace, and so on and so forth. So please get into the habit of initiating conversations. Second thing that you need to learn about communicating with impact is to plan what you want to say before you say it. Most of the time, I don't know if any one of you has been in a conversation and you don't feel very nice about how that conversation goes. And later on, after the conversation has happened, you start telling yourself, I wish I had said this. I wish I had answered this way. I wish I had responded this way to that question. Most of the time, it's because when you got into the conversation, you had not planned very well for what you're going to say. And you had also not planned to respond to certain questions. And there's some critical conversations in the workplace that require you to really plan. For example, a performance conversation, a promotion conversation, a pay rise conversation, a conversation where you're going to make a pitch, or you're going to talk about a process that needs to be made more efficient. Definitely the person you're telling this to is going to ask lots of follow-up questions. So you need to be ready. For example, why do I need to promote you? You need to be ready with that answer. And you need to sit in the shoes of the person who will be receiving this information and ask yourself, what kind of questions are they gonna ask? So that you anticipate the way this conversation is going to go and you plan adequately for the conversation. At times also, your boss or anyone else sets up a conversation with you because they want of a certain agenda. For example, they want to discuss the progress of a certain project. You need to plan what you're going to say if you have to communicate with impact. You need to arrange your facts. You need to organize your thoughts. Otherwise, you're going to go into a conversation and get out of it not having achieved what you needed to achieve. Remember, negotiation is a skill, persuasion is a skill, communication is a skill, and all these you need to be able to plan and prepare for those conversations. So don't get into critical conversations unprepared. In fact, sometimes when someone sets up a critical meeting for you and you know you are unprepared, always reschedule it. Let it come tomorrow or the day after so that you have a chance by yourself to organize your thoughts around that thing. Number 3, always communicate giving solutions, and that is 360-degree communication. Don't delegate thinking. Guys, this is what I'm trying to say, and I'm saying this especially in the workplace. You find that most of us, we only know how to escalate problems. So when there is a challenge, an obstacle somewhere, you're escalating that to your boss and you're telling them the payment is not reflecting, or the bank has refused to issue the money, or the donor has refused to give the funding. That communication is incomplete. And most of the time, whomever you're communicating to or your superior will always ask you, so what do we need to do? Always ask yourself before you go and present a problem. Don't communicate a problem only or a challenge only. Always ask yourself, what could be the solution? It makes more sense if I go and communicate and say, look, the bank is not allowing us to withdraw these funds today, and therefore, from my thinking, I think we need to communicate with this and that partner. We need to let them know that our funds will be delaying. We need them to know that this particular activity will be delaying. We may need to adjust our project plan so that we communicate to the entire project team that there will be a delay occasioned by ABCD, or if there is an alternative source where we can get funding, or if it means a reorganization of activities, and going to tell your boss, I think because this activity needed the money and we cannot access the money today, I think that we need to reorganize so that this other activity that was supposed to be done later can be done today, and then by this time we can be able to do the other activity. So all the time you're communicating, always communicate with solutions, and when you do that, you're going to be a higher impact or a more impact communicator at the workplace. And the last thing is always to include a call to action. This one is a tip that I got from Toastmasters, guys. Toastmasters works. If you're not in Toastmasters, please just go and Google what Toastmasters is and make sure that you register. You must always have a call to action. Every communication has a purpose. Why are you communicating? Are you just informing? Do you want me to action something? Do you want me to stop doing something? Are you communicating to encourage me to continue to do something? So you must make sure that your communication has purpose. And at the end of your communication, let somebody know what action you want them to take. All the time when you're communicating, saying you've sent something to your supervisor and you're just sending a document and saying, find attached. Find attached, and then what? Are you asking them to sign, to approve, to review and get back to you with comments by a certain date? Are you asking them to review and pass it on for further approval? Are you like, what exactly do you want that person to do with that information that you're giving them? And the reason why I'm talking about this is because some of us actually we send information to the wrong places. I sometimes get information that I don't need to do anything with. I don't even need to be informed on it. And so you're wondering, why are you part of this email trail where there is absolutely no action that you need to take? So asking yourself, what is the call to action? What is the thing that I want this person to do? Or how do I want them to behave after receiving this communication? That is very important and worth thinking about in workplace communications. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for giving me audience, and that is all the tips that I had for you today. In the comment section below, please feel free to comment and tell me which ones of these tips has worked for you, and you can even add some more tips. There are some of you who are great communicators at the workplace. How do you do it? How do you convince? How do you persuade? How do you make sure that the management gets to do whatever you're asking for them to do? Thank you so much for listening to me. Please subscribe if you have liked this content, like it, share it, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, and do not forget about the LinkedIn Career Wednesdays. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. East Africa time, we have a live on the LinkedIn. So please make sure that you follow me on LinkedIn, Karen Olege, so that you can plug in. I am also on Instagram, Career Growth with Karen, Facebook, Karen Olege. Please let's engage on all those platforms. Until next time, see you.